So did you see the whole UFC thing with ESPN, Disney?
Wasn't there a merger? Somebody was merging, or I thought it was part of was it a Paramount merger? I thought it was
So
part of that.
I think he just basically sold exclusive rights to Paramount for like $7 billion, something
Yeah.
like that. And so they've been on ESPN for years, and you buy pay-per-views through ESPN. You can do it through ESPN Plus, and I don't know if it has something to do with Disney or what, but yeah, he pulled out. That contract ended, and he walked away from ESPN/Disney and sold everything to Paramount. And so not only will all the UFC content, I believe, end up being on Paramount, but now pay-per-view is no longer pay-per-view. All the fights will just be part of a streaming service.
I did see that. I didn't know if that was something to do with all the stuff that they've got going on. The whole Colbert report getting canceled, and
No, I'm not aware of that.
you didn't hear that?
Colbert got canceled? How do you cancel? I thought only conservatives got canceled.
So here's what the underbelly is saying of everything is
Yeah.
that, and it kind of makes sense because this is how everyone's pointing. Apparently, they're getting rid of the show. They're not removing Colbert. They're getting rid of that late night show. So that show is going away, and I think that frees up X amount of 400 million or something like that for them. And apparently, what I'm told is for that merger to be able to be in effect, they have to. There's something with the Trump administration that has to sign off on it, and they wanted to free up some capital to. I'm not sure if there's a donation that they wanted to make, but there was some Trump element that they had to overcome in order to get it done.
Huh.
And it kind of seems like that was the case because then right afterwards, that's when South Park started making fun of him.
Interesting. No, I had no idea.
Yeah, it's something with Trump, something with Paramount merger. So I would not be shocked to learn that that's part of the making the money back plan of getting rid of the late night show.
I wonder who. Do you have any idea what network owns that?
Paramount?
Is Paramount owns the Colbert Show or Colbert Report? Said that weird.
I don't remember, but there was I think it's a merger with Paramount, whatever the parent company is, was talking about merging. And I'd have to look up the pieces of the puzzle more, but I don't remember what are coming together. But
Yeah.
there was something involved with Paramount and then another parent company and whoever owns the late night with Colbert.
Okay, so CBS, which is a division of Paramount, is canceling Colbert. I almost wonder if their newfound relationship with Dana White would have had something to do with that then. Because UFC is going to bring a lot more money than the Colbert Report.
Yeah. This
Interesting.
decision came shortly after Colbert criticized Paramount for a settlement with President Trump. That's what it was.
Oh, bite the hand that feeds.
They had to settle that, and then they had to settle that monetary debt, and then they have to get his cabinet to sign off on the merger, in other words.
Because it's one of those, like, too big of a company consuming another. Okay.
But we don't care about that.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking about, Disney must own ESPN in some regard. Yes, so Disney owns an 80% stake in ESPN. So think about that. Like, Disney's been bleeding for 5 years, and now they just lost the UFC, which I realize UFC is not as big as a lot of other sports. Obviously,
It's more
not
of
as
its
big.
own entity.
Yeah, it's not as big as the NFL by any means, but it's still got, obviously, a multi-billion-dollar following, and they just, lost that.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to believe, you have to assume that it's not just the financial decision, it's years of Dana White watching Disney drag his people through the mud, and then him going, contract's up, let me go shop this around. But man, $7 billion. It was more than that. It was like 7.7 or something like that.
For the merger or for
the exclusive rights to
Yeah.
UFC content.
Yeah. Yeah, because there's the merger with Paramount and Skydance is $8 billion.
Okay.
So
Man. All right, we're going to have to do more digging into this whole thing.
Yeah.
Interesting.
All the pieces make sense. You know what I mean? It's one of those Occam's razor. Like you hear the rumors, and then all the little immediate, remedial factors seem to line up. So like, yeah, it's probably true.
Yeah. I get the fights every, let's say quarterly at least. And I don't follow a ton of the fights in between, but I just like to have an excuse to get some guys over and sit and have some drinks and watch the fights and goof
Paint
off.
your nails.
Yep, and paint our nails. Mani-pedi time. Do each other's hair, which,
Yep.
But, yeah, so it's like $80, I want to say, every time I get the fight.
It used to be 40 back in like 2005 era. It was like $39.95, and that was a hit. Now it's like 80, close to creeping towards 100 every day.
Yeah, I remember it was helpful to chip in $5 when somebody was getting the fights back then.
Yeah.
Like we'd go over to Tread's house and $5, and that helped out. Now $5 is like,
And they'll cover your piece of pizza, I guess. But
yeah.
now I don't even know who the fighters are now. That's the sad part, because I used to be between UFC and Pride. I could tell you people's records, who beat who, all the big names, and now who is it? Duplessis that fought yesterday. Like
I keep an eye on John Jones and what he's up to, and that's been
still
about
not fighting. All right.
Yeah, that's been about it. And I had the pay-per-viewed one of his last couple fights. But yeah, I'm just thinking like $80. If I get that quarterly, that's $320 that I spend a year just getting a couple pay-per-view fights. And now if I sign up for Paramount, it'll probably be $150 a year.
You know, Paramount?
Well, I think we may have access to somebody else's, but I haven't subscribed to it. I probably will at this point to get the ad-free access to just all the UFC content. And ESPN never did a good job organizing it. So you could get on and you could watch like the last couple of weeks of fights. But if you were like, I'm going to go back and watch all the seasons of Ultimate Fighter, or it was like scrolling YouTube for things. It's like nothing was in order. You couldn't search it unless you knew the exact title that they used. Titles weren't consistent. It was like a very rudimentary old school YouTube trying to roll through old ESPN content.
Yeah.
So
I remember 4 or 5 years ago trying to get on their app to at least like run the fight, and I had no idea how to do that either. It was just such a complicated thing on their app. I'm like, you're making us do this on this app, and no one knows what they're doing.
Yeah,
I think it's your fault.
Yeah, I would bet he does. Dana White and the UFC does just fine on Paramount. Do I have a big glare? Only if I like look down, I think. Okay. Yeah, I think we're good.
Do my lips look more pouty here?
Yes, no.
Or like this? Which angle's better?
6 one, half dozen the other.
Well, I don't know. Like sometimes when I look like this, I see myself.
Oh, totally.
Like, okay, and then I see myself here, but I haven't been looking at myself.
Yeah,
and I see myself in a video later. I'm like, oh, that's not your angle.
I see myself doing this. I tilt my head a lot when I'm listening to somebody talk. I don't know why. Not that extreme. But so I'll go watch these, and I'm like, why are you doing this? Why does your head keep getting further over? And then, of course, it like...
That's where that cat gets it from.
Yeah, poor Crookie. Poor Crookie. Yeah, so Uncle Mike watched our first 2 episodes. Did he mention that to you at all?
Yeah.
He told me I talk too much.
Yeah. I was like, he said something like, well, one of you was doing all the talking. I was like, oh my God, is it me? He's like, no. I was like, oh, okay.
I was like, okay, I'll definitely do some thinking on that. Huh. But yeah, so got that little tidbit of feedback from our first 2 episodes. I was like, Uncle Mike, I'd be curious to see if you'd watch more than, the first 2. Maybe you'd see some evolution as we, change our dynamic a little bit and try to get better at provoking conversation rather than just talking. And he was like, yeah, I think he was good. He was good with the 2 we watched. That's the vibe I got.
Yeah. Are you leaving that in?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
If he watches it. He won't watch it.
Say, because I had an anecdote that probably wouldn't make the cut. I don't know if I told you about that.
We can sidebar. We were talking about UFC stuff. Did you guys watch Superman yet? Or Fantastic Four? Tonight. You're going to watch it tonight. Yeah. Okay. You'll have to let me know.
I will. I watched Weapons. Did you watch that?
Weapons?
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
It's like the new... They're calling it a horror movie, but it's not really a horror.
Horror
Horror movie. Julia Garner's in it. She's a whore. No, horror movie, but it's not really. It's like a scary thriller. It's actually pretty interesting.
Okay. Weapons.
It's got Josh Brolin in it.
Oh, okay.
All of a sudden, at like 2:17 a.m., an entire classroom of kids just jump up in the middle of the night and they run out their doors. And they run all abjectly to one specific area, and no one knows where they're at. Police come, ask around, except for one kid that's in the room. And that kid, they're trying to like smell around, and they can't figure out what's going on there.
Yeah.
Talk to the teacher. It's Julia Garner, and she's like, I don't know. That was in your classroom. It's just your kids. They can't figure it out.
So what's this on?
It just came out.
So theaters?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. It was pretty good.
I have no concept of it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It got like 80 something on Rotten Tomatoes.
Okay.
I checked the audience just before I go, just to know, like, even if the critics hate it, the people entertain it. It was entertaining. It's not horror, but it was entertaining.
Okay. Yeah, there's a reason that Rotten Tomatoes does the audience scores, because nobody really cares what critics think anymore.
I definitely do not.
Yep.
Sometimes I can see, like, okay, it might be overly flowery, or maybe it's not as entertaining and bloody and a good romp of violence and sex and stuff, but maybe there's some artsy, good acting, stuff like that I could appreciate. Like I just watched The Master. Did you ever hear that? That's it was Joaquin Phoenix and what's his name? Just died. Philip Seymour Hoffman. And their acting was really good, and it bored me to tears. Yeah, the acting was really good. Like, they had good, like, movie chemistry, and then the whole movie I'm just like, nothing really happens. There's not really a cohesion to the plot, and I think it got, like, several Academy Awards. So I'm just like, I'm sure the critics, like, ate it up, but I'm like, it seemed like a pretentious, it's kind of like, seemed like the life of L. Ron Hubbard is what the movie was, like, about. But there wasn't really any, like, cohesion, storytelling. I was like, why is he doing that? Why is he... It just kind of did its own thing, and then the audience loved it. I think they won Oscars for it.
Wow.
But the critics were loving it, and I was like...
Lord. That's still, like, There Will Be Blood. Had, like, 90-something critic rating. Still goes down as, for me, probably the most boring movie I've ever watched. I can't believe I finished it.
But you were a kid, though, right? Or did you watch it as an adult?
I was probably 16 or 17.
It was 2009 when it came out, and I have reasons that I know that.
Then I was 19. Yeah.
I liked it.
Okay.
I don't know that because it was still compelling, because you knew that things were happening, and Daniel Day-Lewis is a good actor, so he was kind of compelling to watch. And then you kind of had, like, dramatic tension that was boiling over, and then it did. But
I had the misconception that There Will Be Blood meant there was going to be
throughout.
blood.
Yeah.
And not until the last 5 minutes was there any blood. And I remember just sitting there the whole time waiting for something to happen. Let's get to it. And just Daniel Day-Lewis is walking around a desert grumbling. That's how it felt. Like it was just him walking around being mad at things.
You should watch it. You should give it another shot as an adult. I'm not saying you have to, but I'm saying I think you'd feel differently, because he's such a good actor that just him showing him being a businessman and, like, being human, but also manipulating groups of people to get what he wants, and you're like, oh, or using that boy that wasn't his boy. Do you remember that being a plot point? That wasn't his kid. One of his oil guys got killed, and he just kind of took the kid like, this is my son. JW or HW. That's what it was, HW. But then he kind of used the kid to make himself be like a family man. And he'd pander to people, and you're like, oh man, this guy's a fucking dirtbag. But it was, that's a lot of the thing that gets you through until you get to the bloody scenes. Just saying. As an adult, you might feel different.
The bowling alley scene at the end is when there was blood.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I'd have to be very motivated to watch that movie again, because it was like 3 hours long too.
I don't know if it was that long.
Felt like it was days.
Yeah, I don't think it was that long.
When you're looking for like an action movie and you get put into...
It's not an action movie, no. Well, that's part of it, is it was poorly marketed, and the name makes you think that it's going to be something else. But if you were going in expecting like dramatic tension and this is a story of this. But yeah, if you wanted to fight bloody whatever movie, you're not going to get it.
Felt like Dwight sitting in the movie. Just that's the thing about bear attacks.
What did you watch? What movie did you watch again?
I don't remember. Some party movie or Wedding Crashers, maybe. Something like that. Man, it upsets me that I'm this behind on my quotable office moments. Since, ABC did Peacock and took it all off Netflix, I have not watched through it again. And I used to watch it like every year, a couple times a year. So Peacock effectively ruined me binging The Office. I still have all the DVDs, but even that's a pain in the butt now, popping DVDs into the PlayStation and trying to watch them.
What is this, 2004?
Yeah.
Gross. If it's not digital, I'm not watching it.
I can't get rid of my DVD collection, though, for some reason.
In case something Skynet takes over and
Yeah.
we have to crash it, and then we're living in a wasteland.
They've come in handy a couple times. So, 5 years ago, we moved into the house, and we didn't have the internet set up for a couple weeks, but we had PlayStations, all had disk drives, so we all just had, DVDs playing in our rooms at night and stuff. And then, we had Amber's old van that had DVD player in it. And I think her car now no, it doesn't. It's all digital now. But we had a book of DVDs in the van forever. And just different times, like power and internet have gone out before. We have a generator, so we hook up a PlayStation, watch movies. So it's been nice to have them as a backup. I don't need hundreds of them. There's a lot of them I could get rid of, but they're also not worth anything anymore either.
Yeah. But it's just like having a hard copy of a thing.
Yeah.
Like if you have Deadpool and Wolverine, but you don't have the hard copy, do you really have it?
Yeah, I definitely bought the hard copy.
It's in the ether, but now I have it. It's like having a book. You have the audiobook, but I have the book.
Yep. Yeah, I do the same thing with books. I'll buy it on Audible, and then I'll buy the hard copy too. Read through it, listen to it. But then I like to throw that on the bookshelf and mark things and be able to refer back to it. And,
And you got to poop sometimes.
Yeah, and people know that I have 3 books that I've read now, which...
2 of them don't have pictures.
Well, one of them.
Curious, George.
I read that... So it's the Guide to Hypertrophy. I can't remember exactly what it's called now. But Mike Israetel had something to do with writing it. Like he was a big part of writing it. A couple of other exercise scientists and stuff. That was probably the most difficult read I've done. But it was good. I mean, it laid the foundation for me to just truly understand what works to build muscle, what doesn't, and what the noise is, like helped me identify all the noise.
The noise is in...
As in all of the noise coming from the fitness industry.
Ah, gotcha.
So I have a pretty good idea.
The irrelevant extra stuff that they tell you to do. Gotcha.
Yeah. So just knowing at the end of the day that there's a massive rep range that builds muscle. There's a massive weight range that builds muscle. And as long as you're not doing something that's going to hurt yourself, which means you're using challenging weight but not too much weight, and then you just learn the proper movements, you can build muscle.
Mm-hmm.
And then eat protein.
Yeah.
You can build muscle. Like
there's always a missing element to it when someone can't do something. There's always a missing element almost every single time. You're either not sleeping.
Yeah.
You putting something in your body that is stunting you from growing. You're not eating enough protein. You're eating too many other things and not the protein. There's always something.
Yeah, and there's so many influencers out there that get crazy amounts of attention for saying things like, oh, protein's not that important. And then you get 15 million people that are like, oh, I heard that protein's not that important.
Yeah.
Like, you heard that from a 90-pound guy who's 6 foot.
Yeah.
Look at him.
There's a reason why everybody tells you that protein's important.
Yeah.
Sometimes I do agree that there are kind of, ego diets that a lot of guys will do that aren't necessary. You don't just have to eat steamed rice and broiled chicken and broccoli for every meal.
No, if you're going to go into a bodybuilding competition, sure.
Right. But no, you don't have to eat egotistically like that too for every meal and still get results. You can eat fatty foods sometimes and get away with it, and carbo load on a certain day and get away with it. But Yeah, I mean, there's a reason that everyone talks about protein being important, sleep being important. Yeah, I'm one example of why sleep is important, because I don't get sleep ever, and I can't ever seem to get new plateaus anymore because I'm just awake all night.
You should do something about that.
What am I supposed to do?
Drugs?
I don't like something that makes me feel like I'm going unconscious. You know what I mean? Remember did you know they prescribed me Klonopin for 1 minute there?
I don't know what that is.
Klonopin? It's like a super sedative. I mean, I think they might give it to people with like mental disorders too.
That tracks. So they gave you Klonopin.
Anyway, Klonopin for my restless leg syndrome.
Oh.
And it would literally take it, and then within a half hour I was like, and then I feel like if I was drifting off to sleep, I would stop breathing because I was so relaxed. And now I have a shock of adrenaline running through my system.
So now you don't get to go back to sleep for hours.
No, because I shocked the shit out of myself awake.
Yeah.
But I did that for like a week, and I was like, I can't do that. And then if I didn't sleep a full 8 hours, I was still the whole next morning because of this drug that I have in my system. I'm just like, what do you do?
Yeah, most induced sleep is not good sleep.
No.
So alcohol, cannabis-induced sleep, which a lot of people are like, oh yeah, I like to smoke or have a THC drink before bed. That's the worst sleep. You're literally, you're going unconscious, and it's really easy to fall asleep. But then that quality of sleep is terrible. Mm-hmm. It's like if you smoke a doobie and go to bed, and you get up at 5-6 hours later, you literally feel hungover and like you didn't sleep, and it's because that quality of sleep was garbage.
Mm-hmm.
You were literally better off laying there for an hour and a half, making yourself fall asleep, than taking something to knock you out, which it sucks. And I don't know how you move past that.
I don't know how either. I mean, your wife goes through that.
Yeah,
it's the same thing. Like, if your brain doesn't want to shut down and go to sleep, you can try to go to bed earlier. That was Dad's recommendation all the time. And I'm like, dude, it doesn't work. I lay there, and now in addition to not being able to sleep, now I'm uncomfortable in my bed and hot.
Yeah.
And now the potential to go fall asleep in a nice cool bed is gone because now I'm hot and uncomfortable in my bed.
You have your air cranked down pretty low though, right?
Yeah. Now I've transitioned away from sleeping on my side on my couch, so I went back to my bed. And now I'm uncomfortable in bed again. So
might be time for a new bed.
I don't know what I'm supposed to do.
Yeah, I feel like our bed's pretty comfy. I don't think she loves it. I don't mind it. I do wake up some mornings sore, so I do think we need probably something softer. Probably do one of those Tempur-Pedic, like you can change the firmness, one of those Tempur-Pedic, something like that, something adjustable, because I think, I don't know, we definitely can't get a mattress with one firmness that's going to make us both comfortable, because I think she probably does want it softer, and she will sleep on her back. I'm all over the place. I'm on my stomach, I'm on my side, I'm on my back.
Same.
Yeah, just like can't stay comfortable.
Same. I was getting to the point where I could sleep really good on my side on the couch. I had a nice back support, and then I had a nice flat side to lean on, and I could just kind of cushion this area and then this area. And then I was good. I was falling right asleep. I was doing good. And I was like, okay, time to sleep in my bed like a human. Transition back, and now I'm like...
So, let me ask you this. Can you fall asleep without something braced against your back?
No, not really.
So you need something against your back? Same.
I put like a wedged pillow back there if I sleep on my side of my bed.
I like lay it there so that my body then lays like on the side of it, so it's kind of wedged under me. It makes me wonder if the way we slept as babies has something to do with that.
Maybe.
Like how we were swaddled or how we were put into a crib.
But also, I don't think you're a light sleeper, whereas I am a very light sleeper.
Yeah. I mean, I get from any time between 8 and 10 p.m. if I go to bed, I'm good until 3 or 4 in the morning. I will sleep. I'll be snoring. I'll probably wake up once, but after 4 in the morning, it's just garbage. I try to lay in there till 5 or 6. Like the other morning, I woke up at 3 and couldn't fall back to sleep till about 4:30. Went to sleep, woke up at 7. But yeah, if Amber's in the bed, unless she's coughing, because she'll have coughing fits with her allergies a couple times a year. Then I got to put earplugs in. But unless that's happening, she'll come and go. Kid will walk in the room and say something to her. I'll be asleep by now.
See, that's not me. I hear something goes on outside. If the neighbor's light kicks on, I'm aware of it. If the neighbor's pool generator kicks on, I'm aware of it. If a car drives by and decides to play loud music, I hear it.
Yeah, I guess that's downside of being where you're at, too. Because we spent a lot of years... I mean, because of that, we started sleeping with fans on. Because of that old Mansfield neighborhood.
Then the fan will keep me on, keep me awake.
It did for me for a while. So we put an AC unit in our room at the old house, 15 years ago. And that AC unit was kind of loud, but the...
ambient noise went away?
Well, I'll just say it was outweighed by the fact that we sweat in bed every night, and now we get to freeze and feel wonderful. So the noise, I didn't care. I was cool in my room. It was glorious. And that's how I started sleeping. And now I can't sleep without a fan. I have the fan blowing on me all night, or
you feel your body hair is rippling, though.
Yes. No, it's usually like right on my face, or I'll have it right across the top of my head.
Like you can deal
turn
with
it on real low.
You can deal with a little.
Yeah. It just keeps me from getting hot, and then I like the noise now. So we all four of us have an app on our phone with a fan noise. That's how we sleep. And we all have fans too, but we have AC now, but we sleep with fans.
Last year when my AC went out, I had to use a little tower fan for a little bit, and just constant feeling like something was going like this on my arm, and
it's not enough either. It's just not enough.
No, and it's just like
I will wake up once in a while thinking there's like a spider on my arm, and it's just the fan. That does happen. I'll wake up, turn a light on, look at my arm, and it's just hairs blowing around on my arm.
Speaking of spiders, I went to the garage the other day to play guitar. And I sit down, I got my amp and everything in the corner, next to the drum set and everything, and I go sit down, plug in, and I got the plug here in the wall, the amp, my little pedal and everything like that, and then I just see, so what the fuck was that? Just the biggest, I haven't seen a house centipede in a while, but it was like one of your basement guys, like it had to be about this big.
Yeah.
And it moved from here to the ground so fast, and I haven't had a bug encounter in my house for probably since the camel cricket 2 years ago, but that one got me.
Yeah,
I hate them.
I bet.
Yeah,
we've started to get spiders moving into our mailbox.
Ooh.
So my wife refuses to get the mail now. And we have 2 people that deliver our mail. Sometimes there's a third, but there's one. She's wonderful. Comes up the house, brings packages up. We get a few a week consistently. Dog food, Amazon orders, whatever. And she brings everything up, puts it on the stairs. Cool. And then we have one that will not get out of her car and will literally punch packages into the mailbox if she can get them in there. So I'll go open that mailbox, and there's 3 packages in there that have been crushed because they've literally been hammer-fisted into the mailbox. All the mail is all scrunched up in the back of it. Everything's wrecked in there. And she does that consistently.
The P is punch in USPS.
Yes. Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It sucks.
Yeah, so I pulled the mail out. She texted me Friday. I was working from home Friday, and she was like, hey, can you get the mail today? I'm scared of the mailbox. So I go down there and pull it all out, and sure enough, big old spider living in our mail now. So couldn't have been there long. Big web through the mail, everything. So I pull the mail out, falls on the ground, and I, run around like a real man. And I just leave the mailbox door open now because they get in there one way or another.
Right.
Like, at least this way,
right.
I don't know. Maybe it's less inviting. Maybe it seems less secluded to them.
Seems more like a trap than like a safe place to hang out.
And we've gotten mice in the mailbox, too. Get in there and start nesting.
Claire put cheese in there.
It's totally possible.
Yeah, I wouldn't.
But you've seen where our mailbox is at. It's basically surrounded by, grass and foliage and trees, and there's trees hanging over
Flora.
it. Yeah, so it seems like it would be a pretty good spot for bugs to hide, unfortunately.
I just am ready for us to get rid of the mail. I don't know why we need mail. Everything we get is digital. And if you are still one of those companies, looking at you, water companies,
Yeah.
looking at you, waste companies, if you still have to send paper stuff, we don't have a website to get on and do all of our biddings, you deserve to go out of business.
Yeah.
Sorry that it costs money, but we pay you for something.
I hate the mail. I hate it.
There's never anything that I need unless, I mean, parcel delivery, they leave it on your doorstep now. They leave it behind your trash can. What do I need a mailbox for?
No,
The only thing I have a mailbox for is for the snowplow guy to fucking drive by 5 times in the winter and plow the head off. And I have to go fix it. And it outweighs 80 pounds because it's been soaking in ice and snow all day. And that's the only reason I have a mailbox.
Yep.
Everything else is just like junk. Oh, mail that I can get digitally.
Oh, this letter that looks like it was handwritten. Nope, it's from a local car dealership trying to get me to come sell them my car that I don't own anymore.
My car's extended warranty is up, almost up. Yeah.
So much of that crap. It's worse than phone calls.
Yeah.
You know, I still get crap calls every week.
Hello, buddy.
Yeah, every week. I mean, and I haven't answered them in years. I don't answer anybody unless I know the number. I don't answer it.
They're getting cleverer now. Like now there's like Canadian numbers that are calling and leaving texts now. I've had 2 spam texts.
Yeah, I get
Would you like to meet for drinks?
I got one that was like, they reached out to me about getting off the plane to the airport, and I was like, hey, I'm so sorry, this is a wrong number. And they were like, wow, you seem really nice. Would you like to get together and talk more? Like, sure. So, yeah, I scheduled a date. And
Yeah. So, me and Brindosh are meeting up next month.
No, it's obnoxious now. Marketing in general has just gotten to be obnoxious.
The fact that land, sea, and air, trying to play any kind of game on your phone, just inundated with stuff, and I'm never going to... Does it really work anymore in this age of being over-marketed to?
Everything's clickbait now, too, online. I mean, it's just...
Unless it's really, really exciting and you just really pounded it in my head, it's something that I really... But I guess it does work then. It's not for us if it's not something we're interested in, but if you see some kind of chronic Crohn's disease commercial on Hulu every 10 and you have Crohn's, you might be like, I'm going to try Prunesta to see if it works now. I'm going to talk to my doctor about it because I've had this ran down my throat for the last 2 months.
Yeah, but if you're the 99% of the population that doesn't have it, then that commercial just infuriates you.
Which it wouldn't really matter if you don't have it anyway. So I guess maybe it does work. Damn it.
I don't know, like, part of me appreciates targeted ads, like, know who you're marketing to. And then there's the part of me that's like, leave me alone. You don't need to know anything about me. But then, when I see 20 Lunesta commercials a day, I'm like, maybe they should know a little bit more about me. Mm-hmm. Maybe they can show me something cool.
Mm-hmm.
And I would love... So, here's my big conflict of being a conservative person, but having a very liberal mindset around this. I don't know. So, conservatives generally want less government control, right? I'm like, if they're going to have control of things anyway, can we please just ban Big Pharma from marketing things? Yeah. Can we please? Everybody hates it. So huge conflict for me because I don't want the government having more control. But at the same time, I'm like, there are some things that would be nice if they did actually control.
You wonder who's more powerful?
Yeah, it's a scary thought.
Probably not the government.
Probably not.
Really think about it. And if you are worth $8 billion as the president of a big pharma company, and then you have a president who's probably worth $1 million or $2 million.
Yeah.
Who's really more powerful?